Hi, I'm finally back and I'm very glad about it. I apologize if I didn't upload lessons for more than a week. I just had my plate full, but right now I have some time and I can film a video, so here I am. So today we're gonna talk about some facts about me being a teacher, specifically an English teacher. Let's get into it. I decided to make this video because I thought it would help students. For example, if you're a student and you're thinking of becoming a teacher, this video might help you. You might think of the pros and cons of being a teacher. Or if you're an adult and working in another field, thinking of shifting into teaching, then this might help you as well. Another thing is teachers are under fire these days. Well, I don't want to talk further about it. First, we are not walking dictionaries and translators. This is the common notion for English teachers, students, or just basically people think of us as walking dictionaries and translators, asking us during class, ma'am, what's the English word for this? Ma'am, can you translate this in English? Oh, how can I say this in English? Again, we are not walking dictionaries or translators. I'm not saying that students should not ask their English teachers or their teachers the English word or to translate a word or a sentence, but the thing is, students just easily ask their teacher and voila, there's the answer. There's already the sentence, the English word. Well, that is not the goal of education, so I don't want my students in class to just ask me the English word for this. I tend to give back the question to them. I ask them, okay, so what do you think? What do you think is the nearest word if you can't think of the exact English word for this? Students also tend to throw senseless questions to their teachers. For example, teacher, can you say this in English? Or what is the English of pang ilang presidente si ganitong presidente? Well, of course, if you're not a Filipino, you didn't understand that. Well, the student is basically asking the teacher to translate a sentence in Tagalog or in Filipino, which is my native language. The second one that I want to point out has something to do with the first one. Well, another truth about being an English teacher is that, at least for me, I don't know all the English words. If you don't know yet, there are roughly 1 million, so it's more or less 1 million English words. So, if you're thinking that you can just ask the meaning of this word or to translate this word in English, then please do not expect your teachers or me to say the accurate English word that you're looking for. To add to that, only 20% to 40% of them are used these days. Well, some of them are not used anymore and some of them are only used in specific field. Not all teachers are cool. Again, not all teachers are cool. Students usually picture their teacher as someone who cracks jokes every now and then during class, someone who's kind, someone who doesn't get mad, someone who plays computer games and probably sometimes will play with them. But that just doesn't happen always. Not all teachers are like that, and we have to accept that. And while we're at it, I want to add that your teachers are not your friends. Again, your teachers are not your friends. Students usually perceive their teachers as their friends. I don't exactly know how it all started, but majority of the kids these days see adults as their friends, and teachers are sadly no exception to that. So in the classroom, it's common for a student to prank their teachers or to crack a joke, make some jokes which are sometimes too much. They would also talk with their teachers as if they are their friends, which obviously they're not. The traditional image of a teacher, which is an authoritative person is now long gone. So students just see their teachers as someone who's older than them, but they're friends. I'm not saying that I want to hold on to that authority that much. I'm not saying that I don't want to be friends with my students either. Well, there are some of my students in the past years who are now my friends, well, real friends, and I'm very glad to meet them in the classroom. But what I'm saying is that since students just see their teachers as someone like their friends, they usually lose their respect to them, and I feel very sad about that. So what I'm saying is that teachers might have this friendly attitude because first of all, they are also trained to be like that. A student and a teacher can have that kind of relationship, but I think it's not appropriate to show inside the classroom. And still, students should show respect to their teachers. Teachers have their private lives. Again, teachers have their private lives. If your teacher doesn't want to give you their Facebook account or their name on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, then don't force them. Also, during the class, students would ask questions, personal questions towards their teacher, and sometimes they're not appropriate and they cross the line. So they would ask questions like, oh, teachers, how many boyfriends you've had? Or, teacher, are you married now? Are you single? Who's your boyfriend? What's his job? This and that. Well, I think I consider those questions too much, but still I think it depends on the teacher to what extent or what kind of personal information does she or he want their students to know. But as for me, I want to keep my life private. So yeah, I just want to remind some students to not ask too much questions to their teachers when it comes to their personal lives. I think this one is very important. Teachers' work doesn't end in the classroom. Teachers' work doesn't end in the classroom. Some students might not know, or they might not be fully aware that teachers have tons of work to do. It's not just teaching, it's not just checking their students' work, examination, activities. For example, I'm an ESL teacher, and I usually prepare for at least, again, that's at least an hour before my class, because I usually go the extra mile. To go the extra mile means I want to put, or I'm very willing, much willing to put an extra effort on whatever I do. They also have to prepare their test, especially in private schools. They do have summative tests. They usually have two, I guess, and then they have the periodical test or the quarterly exam. After those tests, they have to, of course, check them. If they are high school students, then they're lucky because they can ask their students to check the objective type of test. But for essays or for some items, it is still them who needs to check the items. There would be different celebrations, for example, Nutrition Month, the Buena Wika, that's in August. They have to attend meetings, seminars, and lots of them. So if you're thinking what your teacher does outside the classroom, then I probably said almost everything, but I think I still missed some because I'm not currently in a regular school. And please don't misunderstand me. I'm not here to complain. I'm not complaining. I'm not ranting. I'm just stating facts about the work of teachers. Another unpopular fact about being a teacher is that we are also learners. So it doesn't mean, again, that we're teachers, we know everything. We still learn. To be honest, up until now, I still read textbooks. I still learn new words and idioms. And I consider this one as one of my obligations as a teacher. I have to keep myself updated. I have to learn more. I have to improve myself so I can teach better. And lastly, we are not perfect. Again, we are not perfect. I know that you know that already. Nobody's perfect. We usually hear that. But still, some people would expect teachers to know everything, to act modestly, or to not be this kind of person, but this kind of person. Well, I'm saying that we are still human beings. We're just regular people who teach, and we are not perfect. It's funny that a few years ago, before I studied in college, and I told someone that I wanted to become a teacher, that someone told me that, oh, okay, so you have to get perfect grades, you have to get perfect scores because you want to be a teacher. That actually scared me at that time, thinking that it was true that, oh, I have to know everything, I have to be good at math and science, even though I want to teach English. And yeah, that's really frightening. So don't expect or don't see your teachers as perfect human beings, because nobody's like that. By the way, I'm not talking about the knowledge or the intellectual side of the teachers, but also the behavior, because some people would say that, oh, why do you act like that? You are a teacher, you should act like this. Why do you dress like that? You should dress like this. Well, again, people are different. They have different personalities. They might act like this, they might behave like this, but as long as they don't harm other people, they don't put other people in disadvantage, then I think they're fine. Since I mentioned something about the clothes, I'm not saying that teachers are okay to go to schools wearing revealing, clothing apparel. So it's okay for teachers to wear the clothes that they're comfortable with when they're outside the school, I guess. Well, that's in my humble opinion. So if you don't want to agree with me, yeah, that's also perfectly fine, but just don't tell people what they should wear. And that's the end of today's video. I hope it has been helpful, enlightening. Again, I'm not here to complain. My purpose is not to rant. I'm here to inform as an English teacher and as a teacher. If you have suggestions for the next videos, please leave a comment. If you find this video helpful, informative, enlightening, please don't forget to give me a like and also click that subscribe button so YouTube will know that you're interested in this channel and you find it informative, helpful. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. Dream it, make your dream happen. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!